About a year ago, we made a video where fishermen were caught cheating by stuffing weights into their fish. And we're back. We are back with a reaction to fishermen YouTube. Specifically, we're going to be learning what rights you have when you fish. What are waterway rights? What's so funny?
I think I just pulled my stitches. I'm just thinking about Connor's just going to see this YouTube video.
And I love Connor.
And he's
Connor, we miss you.
He's going to see Beppo in there and go, what the hell?
All right, let's learn about waterway
let's restart.
rights. No, let's keep going.
We can't start laughing that hard.
Yes, we can. Play it. Why does he have so many rods?
He's sponsored. They probably sent him a bunch. That does seem like too many rods, though.
That is a sick setup. He's got like
he's got 10 rods on his boat.
Are those solar panels?
Yeah, no, I think those are screens.
All I know is
he'd be on his hands and knees playing games on them. I'm sure he'd figure out how to play games on them.
All I know is next time I'm fishing, I'm using power bait.
What is power bait?
It's the primary sponsor. So let's orientate ourselves. This guy is fishing very close to a house.
And also pretty close to this dock too. I mean, if you look to the left,
if I own that dock, I'm not comfortable.
I mean, if you own that dock, you're pretty pumped. Just to have a dock.
I mean, you've made it in life if you own a dock.
Yeah, if me and Luis had this dock, we'd be pumped. Tom, you probably have like 3 or 4 of these right now.
I do not own a dock.
No,
I do not own a dock.
I don't know if I've ever even been on a dock.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I didn't know it bothered you.
It does.
Sorry about that. I won't. Yeah, I won't be back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Karen comes in, guns blazing. She says, "Do you really need to be so close to my house?"
To the boats.
To the boats. So let's talk about that. When doing the analysis, the first thing you're going to want to know is the body of water that you're on, is it a navigable waterway or is it a non-navigable waterway? If it's a non-navigable waterway, well, let me take a step back. Don't give me that face.
Well, no, I thought you said...
Let's just talk about... No, what I said was, in a precursor to this video, before it was filmed, most lakes are non-navigable waterways. Now, it's going to depend on the lake. It's going to depend on the size of the lake, what the lake is used for, if the lake is connected to other lakes or other bodies of water. But if it is your standard run-of-the-mill lake that is not ginormous and closed off, it is very likely to be considered a non-navigable waterway. Now, if it's a non-navigable waterway, there are different types of lakes. You can have a public lake. You can have a private lake. Regardless of what the lake is, property owners on the lake are going to have something called, Mason?
Riparian rights.
Riparian rights. What does that mean? It means that you have the right to reasonably use the lake, and if you are a property owner whose property touches the lake, you get these rights. Meaning, if it's a private lake, meaning it's closed off from the public, if you have a property that touches the lake, you have riparian rights to the lake. If it's a public lake, well, you also have riparian rights if you are a property owner, but also the public has access to the lake, which they can go and fish. We do not know here whether or not this is a private or a public lake. But what we do know is that property owners, they do not own the lake. If this guy has his proper riparian rights to be on the lake, he is not trespassing. Because you can go right up to the edge of the water. In most states, this is by most states, asterisks, every state's going to have different laws. You should look it up. But I'm just talking about generally. You can go right up to the edge of the land, and as long as you're not on the land, you are okay. So let's continue to see what happens. Play the next 2 minutes or so and fast forward speed, and then Castro, you can just cut us
I think that he just switched poles too, which is pretty cool.
I mean, he switches poles a lot here. He speeds us up.
It is clearly like a professional. I don't know why this lady's so upset.
I mean, this guy's, he knows what he's doing.
It's like if Michael Jordan was playing in your driveway. You should be honored that he was even there.
It'd be cool if he caught a fish while this was happening.
Oh, that would be so sick. It's the fish they've been trying to catch for years, too.
Oh, here she comes. Here comes Karen again. She's pissed.
Oh, I thought that was yours. You know, it's. I'll leave, but it's my right to fish here.
So,
Okay.
quick pause. I think that kind of gives us the clarity on this is a public lake.
He said it's my right to fish here, and she says, I know.
Yes. So that, but I'm just saying that tells us it's public lake. Also, too, I would struggle to imagine a lake how big, because these are some big outboard boats. I would struggle to imagine a lake that's private that could handle that kind of boat. So it's probably a very large lake. I'm sure someone will let us know in the comments which lake this is actually.
So he says, I have the right to fish here. She says, I know. Let's see what happens next.
I've been fishing 30 years. I'm a homeowner on the water myself.
Oh, there you go.
I
Pause
would
it.
never
Hold on. Take back what you said. It is totally possible this is a private lake because he's a homeowner on the lake as well. So
Okay.
He's a homeowner
regardless,
on this lake.
Yeah,
or
he
on
said
a lake?
he said I'm a homeowner on this lake as well. So it could
Did
be
he say
private.
this lake?
Rewind the tape.
He said on the water.
On the water.
fishing 30 years.
Let's see.
I'm a homeowner on the water myself.
Okay.
The water.
The water. I mean, I assume that means the water he is on. So maybe it's a private lake, maybe it's a public lake. Regardless, it appears he has the riparian right to be on the water.
I think he would say if it was this water.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't really matter.
But
right?
she's obviously uncomfortable
Yeah.
because he is so close to her house. And, sometimes you just got to deal with it. I mean, he was trying to be courteous at first, right?
Yeah.
He just said, hey, yeah, no problem.
No,
I'll
he's
leave your house.
been respectful.
But
this
she
whole
owns
time.
the whole block, it looks like. She owns multiple houses. I mean, just... All right, keep playing.
I would never damage anybody's property.
I know, but I don't need lines.
I would never get my line. I'm really good, trust me.
I got caught a minute ago with a crab pot, probably.
No, I didn't. I didn't get caught.
Just away from the piers and things.
You can call the cops. I'm not leaving now. I was going to leave.
Well, there you go. He was trying to be nice. Then she kept pestering him, and he finally just said no. I was gonna cooperate. I was gonna leave, just not because you have any rights to, but just to be nice. Now he's saying no, screw you. She is clearly worried about her boat and her pier getting damaged. That's what she said. She said, my fishing line is gonna get caught. What's important to note is these are two separate issues. If the fisherman did in fact injure the boat or cause damage to the boat or the dock, he would be responsible. He would be responsible. That is the personal property of the Karen. But, again, he has every right to be on the water. What are your thoughts, Luis?
Yeah, I think he has the right to be there. I do like how the discussion between them changed between what his rights are or aren't, and it became like, "Are you even good at fishing, bro?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've been fishing for a long time. I'm good at." It became like it got into his ego a little bit.
Yeah. She pushed the button.
She pushed him into
pushed the button.
into his masculine.
I mean, he has sponsorships, so...
yeah, seriously.
If you're filming yourself,
I mean-
you're good at fishing.
Just going to leave nice before, but I'm not leaving now. You can call the cops. Call the cops. Call DNR. Call the government. Call Biden.
Call Biden.
Oh, Biden! Oh, no.
I like that a lot.
That's so funny.
What do you think? What do you think?
DNR stands for Do Not Resuscitate. So that's
No,
not
that
the-
would-
No, it's a different thing.
It's probably the local game warden. What's Biden going to do?
I think he's using hyperbole.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
DNR, Department of Natural Resources.
All right.
I would have ignored her completely, played deaf. She walks across 3 property lines, tell you to move away from her property. She apparently owned the whole thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Best thing you can do is completely ignore them and say nothing. I actually disagree with that. Completely ignore them. They're just going to keep pestering you. You got to stand up. You got to be polite.
Well, and you don't know now, like...
You don't want to be disrespectful.
Well,
you just
and
want to say, look.
with how crazy people are,
People are
she could
insane.
have a weapon or something.
Right. I think he had the right move initially and like, hey, look, if you own this one property, I'll get away from this one property. But if she's going to enforce the whole lake, I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of tying somebody's hands. All right. Well, I think
All
we
right.
learned a lot. I think that was good.
Maybe we can see if we can get him on the channel. Mike,
Hey, Mike.
like...
Stop being
like
a coward.
Mike Lacanelli. Lacanelli?
Come here, teach you about
Sounds like he's
fishing
gonna cook
and how to
us
say your
some,
name.
Great
Yes.
pasta.
That's right.
Mike sounds like a
Oh,
good
so
cook.
Mike Laconelli.
That's it for today's video. Bye.